What we're going to be doing now is I'm going to show you how to create the drawer. Now before we create the drawer, we need to know the measurements of the internals of where the drawer is going to sit. I'm going to click measure, I'm going to click on the front section here, and that's the back of the drawer. So that's 180 mils. Now before we can do that, we need to know how wide the piece of timber can be. So we have a look, 46 mils. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create my sides first. I'm going to go create sketch, click here, I'm going to go 2-point rectangle, and it's going to be 180, and it's 46 high. I'm going to go extrude, it's going to be 12 mils high because it's going to be a little bit thinner than our carcass. Now with our drawers, we're going to do something called a finger joint at the front. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to create the sketch, and our finger joint is basically going to be interlocked with our top. So to figure out how to do our finger joint, I want you to choose a 2-point rectangle, turn the construction lines on, do a rectangle all the way down, and it's going to be 12 mils thick. The reason it's going to be 12 mils thick is because the piece of timber going into it, so the front drawer front is going to be 12 mils. Now we want to have evenly distributed fingers throughout our top. So we're going to have 4 separate components. So 46 divided by 4 is 11.5. Now we're going to choose our line tool, and I'm going to have the construction lines off. I'm going to go up 11.5, enter. I'm going to go in 12, so we're kind of zigzagging. 11.5, in, up 11.5, in, now I'm going to finish that sketch, and if we have a look, see how we've got a few elements that are outstanding. So I'm going to click on those, I'm going to extrude, I'm going to go -12, and we're going to go enter. That is our side, one of the finger joints. So we're going to save as side. Actually, what I'm going to get you to do is save it as right sides and left sides. Enter. I'll show you what we're going to be doing in a minute. Now, what I want you to do is measure your front. So we're going to go inspect. If we have a look, that's 242 millimeters long. I'm going to go create sketch, 2-point rectangle, 46 high by 242, enter. Remember, we extrude it by 12, create our sketch, and on both of these sides we're going to be doing those rectangles, so ensuring that our construction lines are on all the way to the bottom, 12 mils wide. Do it again on this edge, 12 mils wide. Now if we go back to our right side, as we can see, we've taken out our top and our middle one there. So the way we're going to design this one is we're going to start drawing from the top. So ensure that our construction lines are turned off. I'm going to come down here 11.5. And I'm going to come in, come down 11.5 again, come in, come down 11.5 again, come in, and then our last one, come down 11.5. I'm going to repeat this same step on this side. finish sketch. Now if we see, we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one that we need to extrude out. So I'm going to go -12, and that's going to get rid of it. Now, in our draw, we're going to have a base. So we're going to mark our base out like so. I want you to choose your line tool and put on the construction lines, because I'm going to show you where we're going to start our base from. Our base is going to be 5 mils from our bottom. Then we're going to choose our 2-point rectangle, turn the construction lines off, click here on our 5mm line. We're going to go all the way across to our other edge, so that's 218. But this, our base is only going to be 5 mils thick. So 218 and then 5 mils thick. I'm going to enter. I'm going to finish my sketch. Click on this area and I'm going to extrude it. And I only want to go in 5mm, as we can see. And I save this as draw run. Now the reason I haven't touched my right side yet is because I want to do something. I don't really want to have to draw it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, if I can, so as I was saying, I'm going to duplicate this one by creating another one, because we're going to have to do a trench on either side. Now, I'm going to do create sketch, and I'm going to create a trench for my housing joint on this side. Line tool, 5mm up, create, turn those construction lines off, all the way across, so it's 180 across, it's 5 mils high. And just remember this trench is 5 mils deep, so extrude it -5, -5, 5 mils in. Okay, this one's basically going to be on our right side of our job. Okay, and we're going to save this. Now I'm going to create my left side. So create sketch. .46 high, 180 long. We're going to extrude that because it's 12 mils thick. Create sketch again. Turn my construction lines on. 12 mils. Choose my line tool. Turning my normal lines back on, so I turn my construction lines off. Going up 11.5. So we zigzagged all the way up. We're going to get rid of the alternates. So we extrude those out, -12. And because on the right side, I did it on here, I'm going to rotate it, and I'm actually going to have my piece of material like this. Go sketch. Okay, actually flips it, but it's the right way. Now, what we're going to be doing. Let's double check. Yep. Yep, so we're going to be working on this top surface up here. Go 5 mils down from this top area. Making sure on this edge, so 5 mils down. 2-point rectangle, turning those construction lines off. Five mils. Finish the sketch. We're going to extrude this area. It's going to be -5. You're going to go enter. And I want you to save it as left side. Now, just like we have with all of our others, we're going to have to create a new file for our draw. So we're going to do completed draw. And I'm going to start inserting the components. So we're going to insert our draw front. Have it like so. We go enter, and remember, just like our first component for all our others, we're going to ground it. Then I'm going to insert my draw left side, insert. Enter. Select this line. And actually, maybe it's a better idea if we select this line here, this small one, and then this one here, because that'll allow for an easy join. Okay, so it's spinning because the revolve tool's on. Okay, we can change them, but we've got it on revolve for now. So we're going to insert our right side in. Rotate it around. Enter. Choose my joining tool. And if I open up my joint, I can actually change it. So I want to have this a rigid joint. Choose my components. So basically, as you saw, I got into joint. In joint, I'm actually able to choose between the different things we can do. So I want it to be a rigid. I just want to cancel out of that. And rotate this area. So I want to choose the outsides. Assemble. So we go revolve on. So we go ridge, and we go OK. Enter. Now what I want to do is I want to do a butt joint at the back. So a butt joint just is two pieces of timber next to each other. So the way we're going to sort that out is if I measure it from corner to corner to find out this measurement, the internal measurement. So if we have a look, it's actually 218 internally. I'm going to go new design, create, sketch, bottom plane, 2-point rectangle, click on the datum, 46 mils high, 218 long, enter. We're going to extrude this and make it 12. And we can't forget about our housing joint on the bottom, which is going to be 5 mils up. Choose our 2-point rectangle, turn the housing construction lines off for the housing joint. Go all the way across, 5 mils high, enter. We want to extrude that by 5, so -5. We'll save this as back. Waiting for my back to save, which is here. insert it into my drawing. So I'm going to rotate it so it joins as easily as possible. So I'm able to join it by clicking on that back, clicking on that line, I'm going to join. Okay, my join hasn't connected. It's connected on the line, but it's not as cleanly as I would have liked. So it's on that there area there. So I want to go down a little bit. So I can click on these arrows to put it in place. So this one will allow for it to go down. We're going to do minus and 5. And that puts it in the right area. The last thing that I want to do is I want to measure out my base. And then I also want to put a false draw front on the front. So the way I'm going to measure out my base is I'm going to go to my internals. Click there, so that's 156, and then remember each of our trenches either side is 5 mils, so it's going to be 10 mils that we add on to this. So it's going to be 166 wide, and then it's going to be 218 long plus 10 because 5 and 5, so it's going to be 166 wide by 228. So we'll create a new design again. Go create sketch, 2-point rectangle, so 166 by 218, 228, sorry, to add on those excess. Finish sketch, we're going to extrude this by 5 mils. This is our base, so we'll save it. We'll go draw, base. Now if we go back to our draw here, wait for it to save, insert into our current design, and go enter. Now just like my other ones, I want to choose the edge, like so. Choose that one, we join them, and we go enter. The last thing that we're going to be doing with this draw is we're going to be making a draw front because we want to hide these joints up. Now just like you'd want to do when you're actually making your job, because it makes it look a lot more aesthetically pleasing. Now for our draw front, we know that it is 46 mils high. But what we need to figure out is how long it is. So it's 242. Now we want to have a bit of an overlap. So we want to have about a 5 to 10 mil overlap on each side. So if I have a 5 to 10 mil overlap on each side, that would probably be the best. Now if that's 242, I'm going to do a 5 mil overlap on each side. So I'm going to go new design, create sketch, and it was 242, but I'm going to do a 5 mil overhang on each side. So I'm going to do mine 56 because original one was 46. So I'm going to do 56, and then I'm going to do 252 long. And this false draw front doesn't really need to be too big, so I'm only going to do it 3 mils. Now, with our draw front, I kind of want to put a bit of an edge on there, so I'm going to show you how to use a new tool. It's called a fillet tool. So what you do, I'm going to select all the edges that I want to put basically a round on, or a fillet, and I'm going to roll it. And we're able to see, by putting in different millimeters, how much we roll it by. So I just want to roll it slightly. I might do 1.5, like so. And I'm going to save that as false draw front and go enter. I'm going to back to my completed draw. Whilst waiting for it to save. And I'm going to go insert into current design. Now this is a little bit harder to connect because we need to get it in the center. So what you're going to do, we're going to click on this component in the middle, our click there. Click on that surface. Doesn't seem to be working. So as you can see, it's a good idea to move the components around so you can see them properly. Click there. So and we hold shift. Join. Capture position. And that has done it identically. Perfect. I'm going to enter. The last thing I'm going to do is save it, and then I will put it into my completed job. So if I go to my completed box, I'm going to go insert into current design. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it around so I can put it into my box. Select the back. Select that back. Join. Enter. As you can see, it's fit quite nicely and it's fit fairly flush, which is pretty much perfect.